welcome back to Mohawk TV's 2012 election coverage with the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake. And we have in studio with us Vernon Goodleaf, who is currently running in the elections. And this is your first time running, from what I understand. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, it is my first time running. Well, my name is Vernon Goodleaf. I'm 32 years old. And to help people have a better idea of who I am, my grandmother was former Council Chief Tessie Goodleaf. More specifically, my mother's Melanie Cooper Goodleaf and my father's Kenneth Goodleaf. I also may not be well known because I don't really cause trouble. I'm not a very loud person unless I have to be. And I tend to focus on work rather than getting attention.
Okay. So with that, why do you feel that you would make a good leader?
I think I would make a good leader because, well, I've never really been in trouble with any sort of law. And I've gotten a good education. I've continued my education, and I'm always ready, willing, and able to learn on any level from anybody, any day of the week. And I never do drugs. I've never done drugs. And well, basically, I'm up here today, trying to make a difference.
Okay. How will you make a difference? What is your background in terms of running for Mohawk Council of Kahnawake?
Well, I don't have a large background, of course, because this is my first time, but I have my platform ready. It deals with mostly youth. There's some housing issues in there, and of course, just general ideas on trying to get some extra funding for Kahnawake and more communication throughout. So,
what part of the political sphere are you interested in?
Mostly, I like the youth forum. But there's very little participation, and I would like to get more participation in that because, as everybody knows, today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. Whether they like it or not, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to have to lead in some way or another, and we have to prepare them for that. And it would also help us to get their ideas. So I think rather than trying to get them to come to us regularly, we have to go to them, bring the information to them, get them to talk in their own forum. So basically that would be in schools. So mini programs in schools just to get them sitting, discussing things like the leaders do, like anybody does. And try and also have more parent involvement with the youth forum even, not just youth. Because if the parents are involved, the youth are more likely to be involved, and everybody communicates. It's just better all around.
Since you are running more or less on this platform, what do you think are some of the biggest issues that the youth are facing in Kahnawake?
Definitely participation, just like anybody else. Drugs are a big issue, which is, it's a little above the youth forum, but discussion, education always helps to better understand. And
drugs in what sense?
Use access definitely in town. Access is growing everywhere. You don't even, youth are regularly outside of town, so who knows where they're getting it. People bring it into town.
Do you think we're doing enough as a community to combat the issue?
Probably not, but at any level of it, there's always going to be a need for more, I think. So we always have to be innovative and try and continue it on, never just say it's good enough as it is. Always make it better.
How would you propose that?
The community has to be fully active. Everybody has to be in on it. All ideas are good. We just have to find the ones that are viable and will work for the best for everybody.
What else besides the drug issue?
Drugs, less of the youngest youth. Housing is becoming a problem. It's a shortage of it. So I would like to have, as a start, a program to get abandoned buildings and land lots back into use. So we could create jobs by building the homes and cleaning up the land lots, and then we can have a place to live after that. And the owners of the land lots can then make a little bit of money, and generally everybody can be a little bit happier.
What have you familiarized yourself within the Mohawk Council system in terms of knowing how these certain departments or divisions operate?
Well, I've attended a few community meetings and some youth forum meetings, and it's, I don't know what to say. It's just everybody, there's very, very little participation. So it's, you hear how the MCK is trying to get the word out, but if people don't want to participate, they're not gonna. So you can work as hard as you want and put information out on TV, on radio, paper, and hopefully you can get people interested in whatever you have to say.
What do you think are some of the biggest issues in general that Kahnawake Rono are facing today?
Definitely, probably one of the top listers is funding or lack of it, and housing is important. Well, every issue is important, but the biggest issues, of course, are funding, housing, laws, and taxation, and government imposing whatever they want on us. And we have to find a way to fight back. Yes, it's good to be passionate, but it's never a good idea just to be up in arms and storm in and say, this is the way it is, this is who we are, and we're not going to get anything of that. We have to understand first who we're fighting against, play on their level, and when it comes back to us, then we can change it to how we need it to be. So we have land. Land is a big issue, and that's ongoing, and it will be forever ongoing, I believe. So again, we have to organize ourselves, not just storm in. We have to understand everything there is to understand, and not just the elected officials. We have to have everybody in complete understanding of what's happening, and then organize ourselves to get what we need.
How do you plan, if elected to the Mohawk Council of Kahnawake, how do you plan on being accountable to the people?
Through, well, transparency. I'm always available. Well, I will always be available. I have a job right now, so it's a little bit more difficult to be available all the time. But my door would always be open. Contact me in any way, phone, come to the office, stop by, Facebook, email, whatever. So I can let you know what I'm doing. Can also have, we have, on the website, they have the Monday or the meeting minutes of everything, people attending, and what's for discussion. So I think that probably every chief should have something like that. They have a daily task form that they have to notify what they did that day, where their time was spent. So everybody knows what's going on. It's easy to find out where they are, where they've been, what they're up to.
Like a chief tracker?
Something like that, maybe.
Currently, the chiefs are not accountable to anyone above them. We say that they're accountable to the community, but we're not there every day looking at how operations are within the Mohawk Council. Do you think that there should be a higher form in terms of a tracking system? Like, should they be answerable to somebody who evaluates how they're doing as a chief?
That's very difficult to say, of course, because if you add that level, then you have to add another level, and the levels just keep going up, and then there's more and more people, more and more money, and nobody wants to spend more money. Well, everybody wants to spend money, but they don't want the MCK to spend more money than they have to.
Right.
And it makes it difficult. So I believe actually that the MCK is not the highest. The community is the highest. So the community should make all the chiefs accountable for whatever, and that's with filling in forms, something like that, where they are and what they've been doing. The community can say, well, I don't like this. Like, what are you doing? So.
Currently, there are 19 chiefs running for position.
Yes.
And 2 for Grand Chief. What do you think sets you apart from the other candidates, and why should people come out to vote for you on July 7th?
Well, I think because I'm the at the younger end of the spectrum, I can better relate to the youth, which is my main platform right now. Prior to nominations, I actually sat down and spoke to some chiefs about what it is to be a chief and to just better understand what the job entails, what to expect, just how their experience has been, basically. So just prepare myself in every way that I could.
Right.
And I was well received with that, and I'm fully prepared to take on the responsibility that the community will hopefully give to me in that respect. And throughout school and jobs, I've taken on leadership roles either by choice or by just ability. And when I say ability, it's just my attention to detail has grown in such a way that I'll take all the information given to me and follow the set guidelines, and I keep that with me constantly. So if anybody needs any information, I have it ready. So I think I would be good in that respect, and the leadership roles obviously are a definite asset to the job.
Is there anything else you'd like to add or that you feel is important to address?
Everything's important to address. So anything anybody has to say, any issues, any ideas, please bring them to me, and I'll do whatever we can to solve it or work through it. I'd like to wish all my fellow candidates the best of luck, and thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much for coming on, and good luck with your candidacy in this year's elections.
Thank you.
And don't go away. We're going to be right back after this quick commercial break here on Mohawk TV. You're watching the 2012 election coverage, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.